Hello, I'm Professor Alice Roberts, and this is a mini lockdown anatomy video looking just at structures around the wrist, focusing on Guyon's canal and the carpal tunnel. Guyon's canal or Guyon's tunnel is also called the ulnar tunnel, and it lies just laterally to the pisiform bone in the hand, and it's roofed by the piezohamate ligament. It's where the ulnar nerve and artery pass into the hand, and the ulnar nerve can become impinged here, leading to pain and tingling again in that ulnar nerve distribution, the medial half of the ring finger and then the little finger, and also muscle weakness as well, as the ulnar nerve supplies many of the muscles of the hand. And this is sometimes referred to as handlebar palsy. It's something that can affect cyclists from pressing on the handlebars. While we've got this image of structures at the wrist, then we'll label up a few more of those. Again, this is a drawing that I prepared for teaching regional anaesthesia. And some of the other structures that we can identify here easily are the tendon of Palmaris longus, which is running superficially to that flexor retinaculum, flexor carpi radialis, and we can also see some tendons that are passing through the carpal tunnel. So there's the tendon of flexor digitorum superficialis, which is in fact a whole bunch of tendons, and the median nerve. So those two are passing through that carpal tunnel. In this image, we can also notice flexor carpi ulnaris over on the ulnar side, inserting on the pisiform bone, so that doesn't go through the carpal tunnel. And also we've got the radial artery over there as well. A common place, obviously, for taking a pulse, probably the most common place in the whole body to take a pulse. Let's have a look at the three-dimensional anatomy of the carpal tunnel, borrowing here from my lockdown anatomy video on the hand. So you can see that the median nerve passes through underneath the flexor retinaculum and the ulnar nerve passes over the top. I'm now cutting away all these structures as you can in complete anatomy to have a look at that cross-section. So let's label these things up. There's the flexor retinaculum, and underneath it you've got a bunch of 4 tendons stacked 2 above 2. They're the flexor digitorum superficialis tendons. And then lying side by side, deep to the FDS tendons, are the flexor digitorum profundus tendons, the deeper set of long digital flexor tendons. And there's flexor pollicis longus, FPL, over on the thumb side of the hand, over on the radial side. And then flexor carpi radialis, which passes through its own little tunnel, separate from the carpal tunnel itself. And then finally, we mustn't forget to label the median nerve sitting above the flexor tendons in that carpal tunnel. So going back to that image then, underneath those tendons of flexor digitorum superficialis, you've got the tendons of flexor digitorum profundus as well, and the median nerve to the radial side of those tendons. So any kind of inflammation around the wrist, any kind of arthritis like rheumatoid arthritis, may cause carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome can happen in pregnancy. It can happen in many different situations. It's a relatively common nerve impingement syndrome. And again, of course, you can predict what the effects are going to be if you know what the median nerve does in the hand. It supplies the muscles of the thenar eminence, so eventually, if it's impinged for long enough, you're going to get weakness of those muscles and even wasting of those muscles, and you're going to get altered sensation in the lateral 3.5 digits up to the lateral side of your ring finger. Just a quick bit of wrist anatomy then. See you again soon.